Sunday rolls on strong with a final round showdown you will see later today. So who will be king of Kapalua? We zero in on the chances for Hideki Matsuyama and your leader, Justin Thomas. Then we take you straight inside how a major champion is creating a force to grow the game with kids around the globe. Sir Nick Faldo will join us live to explain. And prepare yourself for a guest who captured a World Series championship ring in 2004. Kevin Millar has a golf swing that will be showcased next week. See the title he's chasing on the course as he steps inside the simulator. Your morning drive continues now.
And welcome back inside Studio AP on this Sunday. Now, hopefully it's a very good Sunday morning, even though many of you I know are bundled up. Even we are. Now, not Charlie, but I actually wore a jacket to work this morning. It dipped below 40 in the greater Orlando area. Our world headquarters, Gary Williams, Carl Robinson, three-time winner Chris DeMarco, the big-timer Charlie Reimer, and, of course, Lauren Thompson coming up in just a second. You know what? We've already made the day of a couple of people. Pete Cowan and Jim Furyk are huge winners, Cara.
Yeah, we're giving out golf's Golden Globes ahead of the Golden Globes on NBC tonight. Hey, it's a little bit of fun to recognize some people that obviously did some good things last year. And I think with the Best Supporting Role, it's nice to recognize someone like Pete Cowan.
Yes.
He is an unsung hero, perhaps, for the likes of Danny Willett and Henrik Stenson, who both became first-time major champions last year. And then how could you not recognize Mr. 58? Though I have to say, some incredibly strong contenders. Inji Chun, for example, people could overlook. That 21 under par at the Evian is the lowest winning score in a major championship, men or women.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are voters in the Academy. I mean, you
And nobody ever agrees with my vote. That's what I don't like about it. Well, you
actually, tonight it's the Hollywood Foreign Press. I don't want anyone to. We'll get tweets. We would. All right, for now, how about the top stories for the morning? Let's send it back over to the aforementioned. The championship Sundays are better now because Lauren Thompson is in on weekends.
Little bit of a schedule change for me, but it's been a lot of fun. Yesterday, today, I will always see you guys Saturdays and Sundays. Love joining this crew in Studio AP for a different kind of shift in my own week. But let's take a look at some of today's top stories for the morning. The 2017 Web.com tour season gets underway today at the Bahamas Great Exuma Classic. This event is the first of two Sunday to Wednesday events in the Bahamas to kick off the new year. Also, 23-year-old Justin Thomas, he is seeking his third career PGA Tour victory and will enter the final round of the SBS Tournament of Champions with a two-shot cushion, 18 under par. Thomas in the field by virtue of winning his second straight CIMB Classic in Malaysia this past fall. Thomas, though, being chased by arguably the hottest golfer in the world, Hideki Matsuyama, who shot a third-round 66. He is alone in second place at 16 under par. Matsuyama has won 4 of his last 5 worldwide starts. And there are some other names that have their sights set on coming away with the trophy at Kapalua, including the reigning PGA champion Jimmy Walker, who is currently in a tie for third place with Ryan Moore and William McGirt at 14 under. Back to the leader, though, Justin Thomas, and some comments by his friend and fellow multi-PGA Tour victor Jordan Spieth, who said yesterday this about the evolution of Thomas's game.
You know, I think his course management has gotten significantly better. I mean, as a young player on tour, you come out, all of us have to deal with it. You really have to manage the course better than you ever have before, and it's always an adjustment for everybody to start. And he's certainly kicked gear into that. He's also obviously learned how to win and close tournaments out. I mean, he played Hideki. He's the only guy who beat Hideki all fall. He was beating the hottest player in golf at his hottest time. So he's certainly not scared of that. And then, off the tee, he's certainly got more consistent.
Well, the pair have been friends for years, growing up together through junior golf. This, a photo from those days. Justin Thomas on the left, a hamburger in mouth, Jordan Spieth on the right. The rivalry continued through college as they went to Texas and Alabama, respectively. You know, this, guys, could be time for Justin to really step out of Jordan Spieth's shadow. That's a horrible thing to say, but Jordan made a blockbuster entrance to the PGA Tour and is now a 2-time major champion. Many people may not have known of Justin Thomas as early as they did if it wasn't for the friendship friendship with Jordan. I believe this would be a huge win to back up Charlie. Those 2 wins he's had in Malaysia, he wasn't able to back it up last year. This time he could get the job done in the U.S. for the first time.
You know what's interesting? If we didn't have a Jordan Spieth, we'd be talking about Justin Thomas and how big a deal it is that he already has 2 wins. So that is a tough shadow to grow up in. I think it's really neat to see this friendship. Chris and I were talking about it this morning. Certainly our times playing sort of overlap, but you never really had a lot of guys that spent a lot of time together and had these really tight friendships up until these last few years. Yep. I mean, when you and I came out in the mid-90s, the PGA Tour essentially was a group of loners, and you just didn't spend a whole lot of time with buddies. So I like this, and if I were playing now and I knew a young guy, I knew I was going to play a long time, I'd be looking for good friendships because this is who you spend the most time with.
Well, I mean, you saw Mark O'Meara get rejuvenated by Tiger when Tiger came out. I mean, he won 2 majors after Tiger had won majors. So I mean, it is good to see these friendships out there, and it was a little bit different back then. Business, it was more business-like. Now you don't have the cell phones, a lot more social media these guys are on, and they like to take trips together. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that they're such good friends, and I think that what we're seeing with Justin Thomas is kind of where we were 2 years ago with Jordan Spieth, saying, boy, he's a good player, just needs to win more. I think we're going to see that this year with Justin Thomas.
There's a headline at golfchannel.com, and it says, Thomas ready to step out of the shadow of Spieth. I think it's great that 2 kids who are from Louisville, Kentucky, and Dallas, Texas, can meet along the junior golf trail and become very good friends. But this is almost cast the proverbial shadow because Justin Thomas, he's a 2-time winner. He's 23 years old. Like you said,
amazing start.
It's an amazing start.
Yeah.
To Carr's point, is this a really important night for him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, him to get his first win on American soil, I think it would be great. Obviously, this is an unbelievable field. You got Jason Day, Jordan Spieth. I mean, a lot of great players. Bubba Watson, Patrick Reed. There's so many great players. Hideki Matsuyama, who might be the hottest player on the planet right now. So if he goes out and plays a great round again today and wins the tournament, I think it just does nothing but boost his confidence.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all upside, no doubt about it. And I think winning the Tournament of Champions, certainly in terms of prestige, is a bigger event than the CIMB that he's won twice. But the CIMB is no slouch.
No.
And winning for the 3rd time, while it's special, I think the first win and then the validation of the first win for the psychology may be a little bit more important than the 3rd.
Last thing, I think it's great that we finally hear Jordan Spieth talking about Justin Thomas.
Right.
We appealed to Justin Thomas to talk about Jordan Spieth, and he acquiesced. He was very kind to do so after he won a major championship.
I was going to say, don't forget, Justin Thomas called into this show the Monday morning after Jordan Spieth won the Masters. He's an incredible guy, and he's trying to back up a win today at this place in the Bahamas. Well, for more on what we can expect, in Hawaii, for more on what we can expect from Hawaii, let's send it out to our friends at Golf Central and Ryan Burr.
Thanks, guys, and good morning from paradise. Just another perfect day from Maui, and we are set now for the final 18 holes of the SBS Tournament of Champions. Ryan Burr, along with Brandel Chambly and Nota Begay. Justin Thomas will start the day with a 2-shot lead in the final group with the hottest player in the world, Hideki Matsuyama, who's won 4 of his last 5 worldwide. What do we see happen today?
Well, the golf course is historically very good to the leaders. And then you have the 2 hottest players in the game at the top of the leaderboard. As much as you'd like to make an argument for players that are chasing, I just really don't see it happening. I think that at the end of the day, Justin Thomas will win, but it's going to be a heck of a show between a 24-year-old and a 23-year-old, which speaks volumes for the future of this game.
Yeah, game is definitely going younger. I think so much will depend on the kind of start Justin Thomas gets off to. The last 2 days, he's been 3 under through the first 5 holes. That really sets yourself up to go out and free wheel it the remaining holes. If that isn't the case, then it might get a little tight down the stretch because somebody is going to put some pressure early within those first 6 or 7 holes, maybe knock off an eagle on the 5th hole. So I think so much will depend on that early golf.
The only player that has been able to prevent Hideki from winning 5 in a row worldwide is Justin Thomas. We'll see if he can do it again later today. Back to you guys.
Gentlemen, thank you, and let's take a look at Jason Day. His tee time alongside Fabian Gomez. They're both tied for 13th. Too far back at 10 under par. It would take something Herculean and a lot of players not being able to get it done down the stretch, including obviously your 54-hole leader.
Yeah, really under the radar, the world number one.
I agree.
This week, it seems you can simply forget that Jason Day is in the field this week. He is indeed, though. Another notable tee time to look at that we haven't mentioned so far today is last year's PGA Tour Player of the Year, Dustin Johnson, tees off with Daniel Berger. Of course, he won the FedEx St. Jude on tour last year. They're both tied for 8 currently, 11 under par, 7 off the lead set by Justin Thomas. Guys?
All right, Cara. Chris and I are going to take a little closer look at what we think is a key hole, the short, drivable par 4, 14th. Chris, what are your thoughts on this hole?
Well, I love this hole. And, yesterday we were able to watch Justin Thomas drive it right on the green and make a 20-footer for eagle. So that can happen there. But what's great about this hole is yesterday there was one eagle, 28, or there's been one eagle, 28 birdies, 56 pars, 9 bogeys, and 2 double bogeys. So this hole gives you everything. I mean, if you don't hit it straight, you're going to end up in that high grass or in a bunker, maybe to a tough pin. So it's a total risk-reward hole, which is what I love about these short drivable holes.
That high grass, it is nasty. You do not want to go in there. This is Justin Thomas's tee shot yesterday. It was interesting that he was sort of in between a 3-wood and a driver.
Look how far he's choking down that driver.
Yeah, so intentionally what he tried to do, and go ahead and roll this, he hit it low, knowing that he could use that bank that's short of the green to go ahead and run it in there. That's not really one that's in many people's repertoire, trying to take a little off a driver and hit it into a little bank and run it up a slope like that. Must be nice to have that one in the bag, Chris.
A little cut in there too, so coming down a little bit softer. Yeah, what a beautiful golf shot. I mean, again, that's what that hole offers. If you're 2 or 3 shots back going to those last 5 or 6 holes, you can really make a huge charge and get some back. There's plenty of eagle holes coming in.
Right, and if you're 2 ahead and you make a bad call right there and hit it in that high grass, you can make a double bogey.
A lot of people back in
as well. So that's going to be a great hole to watch at Kapalua today. Right now, let's go in and check with LT. LT, what you got for us?
Thank you so much, Charlie. Great advice from 2 guys who definitely know what they're talking about. Good stuff also going on social media. Not for the players in the field this week at the SBS Tournament of Champions, but the ones in the field for next week for the first full field event of 2017 on the PGA Tour. Ben Crane, 5-time PGA Tour winner, having some fun with humble humor on social media. Said, met a guy who plays slower than me. He's talking about that sea turtle hanging out on the shores of Hawaii. What a beautiful place to be. Also, Wesley Bryan, 3-time winner on the Web.com Tour, trying to break through on the PGA Tour next week at Waialae. Getting this video. Did you see that? Zoom in on the surfer. And maybe painful wipeout. Wesley saying pretty legit surfing going on. And then this from Zach Blair, who's going to be trying to break through to get his first professional win next week. He was teeing it up at Kahuku. Next week he'll be playing at Waialae, so you want to keep a lookout for him. He said this is the original Baker's Bay. We'll stick around on Morning Drive. More social media, more to learn from, and also more stunning swings from a 2004 World Series champion, Kevin Millar. He's going to be teeing it up on the golf course next week. He's going to be talking about the event and his chances to win. But we continue with something exciting tonight. NBC bringing you the Golden Globes in Hollywood, in Beverly Hills. But who takes golf's Golden Globes for last year? Big performances coming up and a little rewind from 2016, so stick around.